Maybe it's not the best idea to talk while crocheting. I've up so many times. Okay. Hi, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here, which I guess most of you probably are since I only shared one video so far. Um, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to thank you so much for all the love and support on my first video. I was not expecting it, and it truly means the world to me. So I decided to come back with a second video, which is a record for me, because usually I post one video on YouTube and then abandon the channel for years. Today, I wanted to make a bit of a more chatty video and actually take a step back and introduce myself and what I do. So grab a cup of tea and your project. I'm currently working on a little scarf using some leftover yarns I had, which completely imploded on me. So this is going to be so fun to work with. And yeah, let's get started. My name is Jess, I'm 28 and I live in northern Italy. I am a crochet and knit designer. I'm more of a crocheter than a knitter, to be honest, but I love both equally. I also love sewing and everything crafty. I learned to crochet and knit when I was a child, but I only picked it back up in 2020. It took me a while to find my style, but I think I finally found it. And if you follow me on social media, you probably noticed I am a big fantasy enthusiast, and I think it really reflects in my work. This year has been a bit weird since I spent most of it working on my book, Fantasy Crochet, which is coming out at the beginning of next year, and you can pre-order it if you're interested. The book contains 16 patterns divided into 4 chapters, which are Fae Folks, Waterkin, Forest Guardians, and Night Spirits. Each chapter draws inspiration from different fantasy and folklore creatures, and the pieces in each chapter are meant to be worn together to create a full outfit. So it's a mix of garments and accessories, and of course you can take the pieces from different chapters and mix and match them together to create new creatures, which I think is really fun. Anyway, since I was so busy with the book, I did not have time to work on many other pieces, but I didn't want this video to be just about the book, so I will of course share some of the pieces from it, but not all of them. Most of the pieces I'm about to show you are my own designs, so I will let you know if there's a pattern, if they're in the book, or there's a tutorial, whatever. I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna put everything in the description. Some of the items I will show you are actually from other designers, so I will put their names in the description as well with the link to the patterns. So yeah, this is me, and without further ado, here's my favorite pieces I made this year. I wanted to start with something simple. This is one of the many sweaters I made using my central machine, and I know some people might think of it like a silly toy, but personally I really like it, and I realized a lot of the sweaters I made on it are some of my most worn pieces, so I'm a big fan. Anyway, I made some tutorials over the years on my social media, but let me know if you would like to see a full in-depth tutorial on how to make these. Next, we have the Entwood corset, which is the first pattern I released this year, and it's also included in the book. The design is quite structured, and the texture draws inspiration from tree barks. And yes, the name is inspired by Lord of the Rings. I really love this design, so much so that I made it in 3 different colors, and even though it's a corset, it's one of my most worn pieces in my everyday life. This top is my child. I firstly made it last year for a Ren fair, and it took me months, almost a year, to write a pattern for it. So yeah, the pattern is out and it's also included in the book, and I'm really happy with the shaping and the details of this piece. Of course, I couldn't show the lifting top without including the matching skirt. This is the Blossom skirt and it can only be found in the book. I wanted it to look like a flower blossom without being too costumey, and I think I accomplished what I wanted. You could make it just one layer and I think it would work perfectly as an everyday summer skirt. Surprise, surprise, another corset. This one is an underbust belt kind of corset. It's extremely stiff and it even has boning inserts all around to create a proper corset-like fit. It's perfect for a rain fair costume, but also looks great for everyday wear over a dress. I have the pattern for it on my Ko-fi and it's linked below with all the other patterns. I love the leafling top so much that I had to make a matching accessory. So here's the leafling bandana, which is a fun little twist on the classic crochet bandana. And even without the leaf veins detail, I think it still looks incredibly whimsical. I also just made an autumn version of it, even though it's not my typical color palette, but I think it turned out so cute. This top, which doesn't have a proper name yet, is my latest design and it's currently being tested by my amazing testers, so the pattern is coming soon. It's inspired by whimsical fashion and based on the yarn you decide to use, it can be worn both in fall or winter or in spring. These fingerless gloves are the first pattern I wrote for the book about a year ago, and I just finished making another pair because they are perfect for the season and I basically wear them every day. The pattern calls for sock weight yarn, but for this version I used a bit of a thicker yarn, so I had to do some adjustments, but it's really easy to customize the fit. By the way, you can get this pattern right now as a preview if you pre-order the book. You just have to send your confirmation to fantasycrochetbook@gmail.com. Now on to some pieces from other designers. This is the Nocturne cardigan by Zidol Coppers. I'm sorry if I pronounced the name incorrectly, I'm just gonna put it on the screen. For this version, I used the Sultan Shadow yarn and the gradient is just stunning. The pattern is really simple and works up quite quickly. I already made 2 of these for myself and 1 for my mom. I, of course, overestimated how much yarn I would need for this specific version of the Nocturne cardigan, so I ended up making a shawl with the leftover yarn. The pattern is the Rainforest Retreat shawl by Lisa Adek and it's linked below. The texture and motif look beautiful with this gradient yarn, and please ignore the ends I still have to weave in after a month. The last item I wanted to show you is this amazing bag by Yukimizu Crochet. It's the most beautiful bag I've ever made. It has a zipper and it's fully lined with both fabric and felt to make it sturdy and structured, so it doesn't lose its shape even when it's full. That is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments which pieces are your favorites, and I'll see you next time.